It's all coming together right here now. It's all coming.
Bruce with We Are Change Colorado, and we're out at United We Stand Festival. We just had a little meet and greet at the hotel, and it's been great. I'm with Chris Devsich of the Luminaries, otherwise known as Guido Corleone.
That's me. Luminaries in the building.
And the Luminaries have awesome message in their music, and so we're going to talk a little bit about that message and what event or issue really inspires you to take action and speak out.
Wow, that's a tough one because I think that there's so many. It's such a broad statement, but I think really tearing down the walls of separation and looking inside of each one of us to rid that greed and that hatred and that delusion that exists inside of each one of us naturally. I think that's what inspires me. It could come through anti-war, it could come from an end to corporate personhood, it could come from a movement for natural foods, organic foods, and an end to genetically modified foods. But I think at the root of that, it's all people coming together and realizing that we've got way more in common than we do different. And so I think whatever cause that I'm stepping up for in the moment, it has to do with bringing people together, unifying people together. And that's something that I always have to look inside myself and keep myself in check and make sure that, hey, with what I'm taking part in right now, is this really unifying people or is this creating more division? So yeah, basically that's what keeps me inspired, keeps me going, and keeps the Luminaries going, generally speaking. Yeah.
A couple questions about the Luminaries. We've got a party going on in our room right now in the other room. But a question about the Luminaries: how long you guys been playing, and where are you from, and a little bit of background information on the band and how people can find you on the web.
Yeah, Luminaries started in 2005 when Jay Brave and Free Will were both. They were working with homeless and at-risk youth, and they came together and they decided, hey, let's form a hip-hop group where we empower people the same way we're working with youth and empowering people. And let's do something. Let's put some positive energy out there in a musical climate that's filled with so much bullshit, with so much negativity. Yep. And so they started in 2005, and they had some momentum, and I was doing my thing, and Jay Brave and I met up at a place called the South Central Farm. It was the nation's largest urban community farm in 2006. 14 acres, 2 city blocks in South Central LA. And that was a catalyst for change in my life. I know it was a catalyst for change in Jay's life. I mean, really, my life has never been the same since that. And after us going through that together, Jay offered me to be in the group, and I accepted, and continuing to do solo hip hop and rocking with the Luminaries. You can find us at luminariesmusic.com. Anything Luminaries Music, facebook.com/Luminaries Music, YouTube Luminaries Music, Twitter. All those usual outlets. We got a lot of really cool videos on YouTube, and hit us up on Facebook. Give us a like.
Cool. And so we'll kind of jump back into the interview. I kind of want to go somewhere. What empowers you more? This question I ask a lot of people: fear or love?
I definitely think love empowers me or inspires me.
Inspires, maybe I should say.
I think love is obviously more empowering than fear, and I think that I'm more inspired by love. I mean, because love, by its very nature, is more powerful than fear. I think there's a lot of forces out there, and there's a lot of information out there that can be pretty scary about what's going on with the powers that be, whether it be, like I was saying earlier, what's being put into our food, how it's genetically engineered, how it's genetically modified. Statistics about the disparity in wealth. This can provoke a lot of concern and fear. Statistics about why, or facts and truth about why we're really going to war. Under the guise of democracy, but really when it's usually fought over energy, like oil. It's usually fought to take out some sort of puppet leader that at one point served the United States global empire and no longer does. So, and the ominous forces behind that. You could look at that and see it on a basis and be like, wow, this is very scary. But ultimately, I think that the truth is there to empower us to realize that that is true. But if we feel into our hearts and we use the power of our intelligence, that'll tell us really quickly and feel like the feeling tone in our body when we're feeling love, the unity around a group of people coming together to support a cause, or when luminaries take the stage and we're putting out that positive energy. I mean, the love is so strong, and it's stronger than the fear of, whatever, like, oh God, this music business is a struggle, or we might not be able to make it, or whatever it is. Like, that's all just ego. That's all just fear that ultimately doesn't serve us. Well, it serves some purpose, but I mean, love is just that much more empowering. Yep. Love's the answer. Love's my religion, and love and solidarity, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right on, man. Well, this has been a powerful interview, and it's great meeting you. I really appreciate coming up to our room and hanging out a little bit. Friday before United We Stand in LA. It's been a great trip, and thanks to the people out there watching all these videos on We Are Change's YouTube channel, WACC TV. Thanks a lot. What are you working on? What projects? How can people take action in their area and follow your lead on what you're working on?
Well, Luminaries are working on a new album right now. It's going to be really powerful. It's definitely more story driven, and it's going back to some of the great hip hop storytellers, the Slick Ricks, the Cool G Raps, the Rakims, and the the Raekwons and Ghostface. That style of storytelling, but we're telling our story of like the darkness that we went through to come to the empowering place that we're at now, and like where we want to take this thing in the future, like us and the whole planet. And right now I'm actually on doing a lot of work with my folks out in South Dakota and the Lower Brule Reservation, Rosebud Reservation, out there at the Black Hills. Just so everyone's aware, this Keystone XL pipeline is slated to go right through tribal lands. So I'm working with some good friends and family on the ground out there who they're doing everything in their power to make sure that doesn't happen. And it's powerful to see the different voices that are coming together, and with such an ominous thing like the Keystone XL pipeline and the tar sands that would pass through there, and how it could potentially cause so much pollution and destruction, that it's actually unifying tribes when there's been historically so much division, and it's unifying white ranchers and indigenous and native people. So from such a dark force to see like that real positive unity coming out of it, it's beautiful. So everybody just kind of key into that, the Keystone Pipeline situation. Obama's supposed to put a vote out. He delayed the vote until after midterm elections, and we'll see what happens. I mean, it's up to us really it's up to you watching, right? You too, and do something about it, and take a stand for Mother Earth. So really passionate about that right now, and look for the new Luminaries album, tentatively titled Seconds of Solace, coming out sometime here in 2014. You know how rap records go, that date just keeps getting pushed back. So yeah, thanks.